Sunday. But the Blackhawks roller coaster season hasn't stopped yet. Hawk star Jeremy Roenick, who missed the latter part of the regular season and the early part of the playoffs because of a severe knee injury, had some choice words Tuesday about head coach Daryl Sutter. The comments came during a radio interview with broadcasters Mike North and Dan Jiggets on Chicago's WSCR radio.
Daryl Sutter wants me to be the physical leader on the team, which I don't agree with at all. I don't want to be the physical leader. I want to contribute.
What do you mean he wants you to be the physical leader? You're
He wants me to take on the biggest guys and make the biggest hits and have.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. What are you, about $180?
And have the most hits, you know, and have the most hits per game.
Now Sutter told you this?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Now there's been some rumors about Sutter's future. Jacques Demers maybe coming in, another coach maybe coming in. Would it break your heart if he didn't come back?
Would it?
Yeah.
No. No, it wouldn't at all. I mean, Daryl and I have had many scraps throughout the years, and a lot of disagreements, and a lot of you know, a lot of quarrels. And you know, I like Daryl as a person. I'm sure he likes me as a person, as a player. But you know, I want to come to the rink and have some fun and play JR's style of game.
Well, let me ask you this.
Speaking of the Chicago Blackhawks, for players after elimination comes another painful task: cleaning out lockers for the off-season. Amy Stone was at the United Center in Chicago as the Blackhawks said their goodbyes.
Backhand quick stop, now he shoots!
It's one of the more memorable scenes of the postseason. At Belfour, bolting for the locker room after the Hawks' elimination from the playoffs. And today, the Hawks were cleaning things out and clearing things up.
I have a lot of respect for the Detroit Red Wings. They're a great club, hard-working team, and it had nothing to do with that. I just wanted to get off the ice as quickly as possible. I didn't, you know, feel too good at that time.
The sting of the Game 5 loss has set in. After a day to reflect on the hard-fought series against Detroit, the team emptied their lockers, signed a few sticks, and addressed the media one last time.
It's disappointing, and you know, we'd like to have gone on, but you know, we'll look back on it. We worked pretty hard, and all in all, I think we really showed a lot of heart.
You're just about there, but not quite. That's the hardest thing to swallow. I mean, it's knowing that we came pretty close. We just didn't quite get there. And
I'm sure most of the guys will think back during the summer what went on, and you know, it was a huge opportunity, and you know, we just barely missed out on it.
It's kind of sinking in that you know, we're not going to play again. It's just like yesterday, it felt like you know, it was going to be a day off, and we'll be back at the rink skating again.
When you battle hard and you give it your all, and you come up short, you got to accept that and, you know, move on and look forward to another year.
Before this team starts thinking too far into the future, they need to deal with the present, specifically the status of Coach Daryl Sutter and Jeremy Roenick. But Sutter feels this 1995 team doesn't need too much tweaking.
I don't think this team has to do a whole lot of retooling, I'll tell you that. I think that somebody mentioned to me this morning a call about the age of the team. All the best teams now are teams that have a combination of
forechecking as they peeled off
age and youth. You're not going to win with
fought back, stripped it away, and then the low check.
A whole bunch of kids. You're not going to win with. You need that mix, and this team has the mix.
Sutter has 2 days to go on his contract with the Hawks. He met with general manager Bob Fulford earlier today, and the team most likely wants him to return. But Sutter appears non-committal when asked if he'd like to coach this club again.
I'm going to do what's right for my family, and that's the bottom line. I said it when I took it. I didn't do it for money or for an ego or anything. You know, just I wanted to do it at that point.
The answers will come soon as the Hawks' summer vacation is shortened. Training camp is just 2.5 months away. Amy Stone for the Sports Channel Report.
Big names. Would his replacement be a high-profile coach like Montreal's Jacques Demers, Toronto's Pat Burns, New Jersey's Bob Gainey, or would Chicago's assistants Paul Baxter or Rich Preston take over? Well, just 11 days after Daryl's announcement, the Hawks introduced the man who will be filling Sutter's shoes. Amy Stone has the story.
It's the most exciting birthday present Craig Hartsburg has ever received. The Blackhawks named the newly turned 36-year-old and former North Star captain their head coach today.
10 years ago, being in the old Chicago Stadium, the team that I probably hated worse or hated the most in the National Hockey League were the Chicago Blackhawks, playing for the Minnesota North Stars. But deep down, there was a great respect for the whole organization.
As far as Hartsburg's coaching resume, after spending 4 years as an assistant coach for Philadelphia, he moved north to the Ontario Hockey League, where he was named Coach of the Year this past season after leading the Guelph Storm to the Championship Series, where they ironically lost to the Junior Red Wings.
Hopefully next year, the shoe will be on the other foot.
That's what Hawks management is hoping for. After conducting a week-long search, General Manager Bob Pulford narrowed his decision to 3 names. Many speculate Dallas's Bob Gainey and the Devils' Larry Robinson were on the list, but both are still under contract with their teams. Pulford feels Hartsburg is the best man available for the job.
We weren't the only ones that were after him, and I think that kind of indicates the quality of man that we have. There were some names out there that a lot of people thought would be good coaches, but I'm not so sure that they would be good coaches for our team.
I had wide eyes when I looked at some of our younger players coming up, like Eric Dessay, and I think that Craig, for having just come out of junior and all that, with the younger players, it's going to be outstanding.
Hartsburg often had a handbook for his young players in the OHL, listing his expectations from power plays to parties. The disciplined, even-tempered coach has ideas for his NHL players as well.
We want enthusiastic players. We want players that love to compete and just love to play the game.
Hartsburg played 10 years as a standout defenseman for Minnesota. During that time, he also won the Canada Cup Championship in 1987, and Bill Wirtz remembers.
We had an awful lot of international experience playing against the Russians, and when we had a neutral referee and he had whistled eight penalties against Craig's team. I mean, Craig shot the puck at him and hit him in the back. And he said, "Oh my God, you dug up that." I said, "Yeah." He said, "What do you think about it?" I said, "Well, if you're a Blackhawk, you have to hit the SOB."
Amy Stone for News Sport Wrap-Up.
Now, a couple of other notes. The Hawks have not made a decision on Hartsburg's assistants as of yet. And as far as Jeremy Roenick's status with the club, Bill Wirtz says that won't be looked into until after the NHL draft, which is on July 8th.
September means training camp opens for the NHL. So opportunities for players to enjoy themselves are becoming fewer for all teams, including the Chicago Blackhawks, which is why many of the Hawks are really looking forward to the Chris Chelios Jeremy Roenick charity golf outing played on Thursday in suburban Chicago. Weather was damp, but all the proceeds went to Blackhawks charities, and Jeremy Roenick talked about the trade rumors.
I don't know what it's going to bring. I don't know what the season's going to bring. Everything's a clue to me. I'm in good shape, and I'm just ready to go, whatever happens.
But the burning question of the day was, where's Eddie?
We can't find Eddie Belfour, and we can't find Bob Prober right now. But I'm sure as long as those two will show up for camp, that's all I care. So
I don't know. Eddie's AWOL. Nobody ever knows where Eddie is.
I don't know. Eddie was last spotted out in California somewhere on a beach working out. Where is Eddie? Great question.
I think he's over in Russia, somewhere in Siberia. Somebody spotted him training. He's just a nut, and we all know all goalies are crazy.
Eddie's MIA. I don't know where Eddie is. I think he's getting his life into perspective too. He's getting ready to win a Stanley Cup, I hope, this year.